Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. I'd also like to give double honors to my elders and apostles at Great Millstone that do well. And I would like to say peace and salutations to the Lord's elect, to the hopeful elect in the 1/3. And Adawan Ratazah, this lesson will be edifying as well as exhorting to the sincere sheep of Yahawashi, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. And just got done watching this video right here by GMS South Carolina 08, which is done by the elder Manat Tazakba. And I also watched Elder Apostle Gabar's video pertaining to this matter earlier, and I haven't got to Elder Apostle Dahar's video, which he did, and it just sparked in my spirit when I heard the Elder Manat Tazakba make mention how he said, he hopes for brothers, to do lessons on this, light his ass up, all right? And then that's us being watchmen, all right? Watch them, mark them, okay? Avoid them, all right? And, these are the things that have to be addressed. This is a part of the walk, all right? Pointing, seeing, saying, speaking, all right? Exhorting. This should prove to you that we are not only behind enemy lines, but we are at a spiritual war, okay? And our enemy can, has, and will use our own people against us, because right now, not all Israel's Israel. Let me grab that real quick. All right. This is Romans 9 and 6. It says, not as though the word of Yahweh have taken none effect, for they are not all Israel, which are of Israel. So really, you have to be the Israel of God, okay, which I believe that's Colossians 1 and 16. Let me try this real quick. I have nothing written down, just got some downtime in Babylon, and I want to, it's on my spirit to speak. Galatians 6 and 16, Galatians 6 and 16, and as many, let's click on this. Let's go into this real quick. This is an exhortation. Galatians 6 and 15, for in Hamashiach Yahawashi neither circumcision availeth anything, nor uncircumcision, but a new creature. So now with being a new creature, becoming a new creature, your mind is different, your thought process and the inspiration that you are motivated within is different compared to the rest of our people. And I'm sure a lot of Israelites, would make the statement mentally of why would you, because you got to understand that not all Israel's Israel, okay? And just because Jake may know that they're Israelite, that doesn't mean, let's put this on do not disturb, that does not mean that they will not go to great lengths, okay, for the enemy, which ultimately is just prophecy, okay? There can be personal endeavors that sparks people to do things, but at the end of the day, this is all for prophecy's sake, just like going back to Judas, okay? So you have to be and understand, okay? You have to be aware and understand the narrative, okay? You have to understand the dynamics, it's getting familiar with this walk and what comes along with it. Somebody going on a journey, as the kingdom of heaven is as a long journey, depending on the terrain, depending on the destination, also depends on how you prepare yourself for it. So how do we prepare ourselves for prophecy? How do we prepare ourselves for Yahawashi? Well, by reading, by staying near to the altar, to the gospel, to the good news, to the information, to the current situations that are going on. So you are not just, head in the clouds. Okay. This is what this thing is, man. And Esau's getting ready to focus his blame game on us. And you're going to have a lot of Jakes that are going to be used to instigate or influence, okay, to get that chain reaction. That's why you got terms like agent provocateur, just like in chemistry. In chemistry, to get a chain reaction, the chemical term, I believe, is influence. Hence why they have influencers, if I'm not mistaken, something like that. But real quick, let me make this point. It came to my mind. Remember in the movie The First Purge, Jake was just chilling. So Esau needed to rev up the wheel of chaos. So he's got to send these Grandmaster J's, which Grandmaster is actually a term for masonry. but whatever. So he's got to use these, Rakim Bulligans and the BIE. He's got to get those things in motion. All right. He needs to build a boogeyman. Okay. So Galatians 6:16, and as many as walk according to this rule, peace be on them and mercy and upon the Israel of Yahweh. So not every Israelite is an Israel of Yahweh. Okay. So you have to understand that if this ain't about just the elect, then you're going to be seeing a lot of bad. Okay. Remember, it did say bring in both bad and good, but you got to understand some of that good that has been brought in is for even a greater, that bad that's been brought in is even for a greater bad. Okay. Let's actually go to that real quick. Matthew's 22. Let me snag that real quick. So we're going into the parable. Okay. And I'll get Romans 16, mark them. All right. Now let's go down here, right here. Matthew 22:10. Let's start at 9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So there is a marriage taking place, but you have wedding crashers. Okay. So you have in particular men and women that have been given a different lot compared to yours. And you have to understand that not everyone is sincere like you. Not everyone is faithful like you. Not everyone is, being or thinking or hoping they're of the hopeful elect like you. All right. You actually have to wrap your head around the fact that not all Israel is Israel. So going back, agent. Okay. Remember, 2/3. 2/3 got a big part to play in this too. They're not just going to be by the gas station with their ass hanging out or twerking. Matthews 22:9. Go ye therefore into the highways, and as many as ye shall find, bid to the marriage. So those servants went out into the highways and gathered together all as many as they found, both bad and good. And the wedding was furnished with guests. So this having the bad and good leads to also the what? The persecution, the blame game, attempting to overthrow the ministry. But what did Yahawashi say? Even the gates of hell shall not prevail. Now there's another scripture I'm thinking of, because now it's starting to rev up. 1 Corinthians 13:8, for you can do nothing against the truth before the truth. All right. Now, before we get that, let's also snag this, where he said, Peter, upon you, I'll build this church. Let me get that real quick. Excuse me. Let me go back to Matthews just for real quick. I don't know why I keep clicking that. Let's go Matt, and then let's put 16 real quick. And then let's jump down. Pharisees test Yahawashi. Peter's confession. There it is. So this is, let's start at 16. 15. Matthew 16:15, but he saith unto them, but whom say ye that I am? And Simon Peter answered and said, thou art the anointed, Hamashiach, the son of the living power. So not everyone is set up to even believe that or given that ability to believe. Not everyone has the zeal like you. All right. Not everyone is in this the way you're in this. Not everyone believes in prophecy. Not everyone's taking this thing seriously. So some individuals like that are easily bought and paid for. There's a lot of bought and paid Israelites. There's a lot of bought and paid Jakes out here that are waiting, okay, for their orders. And I see it a mile away. What's the Wadi Abash Mount Shai for that? There's a few in particular camps, even in Rochester, New York, where I'm like, I don't even know how these guys stay afloat, but they got funding, okay? So you got to watch these federally funded guys. Just saying. This is verse 17. And Yahawashi answered and said unto him, blessed art thou, Simon Bar-Jonah, for flesh and blood has not revealed it unto me. But listen, you got a lot of guys that are just flesh and blood. Ezekiel 37. Okay, so I see in the spirit, we're being exhorted right now, not necessarily on the scriptures about spying our liberty, things of that nature, which we have those men brought in, unaware, but also this is an exhortation through the Rakakwadash for you to understand spiritually why this is happening. See, it's one thing to see things happen. It's another to understand why it's happening, because someone, could come in and like, no, why? Oh, his black brother. Nah, all that, man. Okay. F all that. All right, I'm working on my so-called cuss words, but bump all that. Okay? We are here to understand the full measure of what we are allowed to understand. And in the spirit, we are not fretting at these things. We're addressing it just like a watchman, you know? A watchman is going to give urgency. You know, a watchman's going to be involved, but a watchman, even though what he's looking for may come at a surprise, he himself is not overthrown with that surprise, because that's what he's there for. He's there to watch for agents. He's there to watch for prophecy. He's there to watch, to warn. So we are watching and warning. Agent alert, we are watching and warning. Didn't it say pray and watch? I think that's Mark 13. I have to grab that too. But let's keep going. It says, flesh and blood is not revealed it unto thee, but my Father which is in heaven. See, at the end of the day, no matter what, this is all being done and orchestrated by Yahawashi. So bring it. Have your agents, have your blame game, you know, have your little, revolutioners with your corny ass hats. Okay, that weak ass 90s Oakland spirit. You know, if you still getting caught up in that shit. Oh, and that's why in this video, this individual took the time out to specifically address women. And I smirked to myself, because that's just a tactic of a serpent. Listen, ladies, right? Sisters, you need to be aware of people that are specifically pointing you out and giving you a direct message, because they're really trying to woo your ass. Okay, they're trying to riz you. All right. So you got to watch these guys that want to just categorize specifically for the women, because that's how the serpent operates. Okay, and you silly women fall for it every time. All right, so I just wanted to make that point. I noticed. Let's keep going. It's Matthew's 16 and 18. It says, and I say also unto thee that thou art Peter, and upon this rock I will build my church, and the gates of hell shall not prevail against it. So bring it. Do what you got to do. We want to go home, man. We're going to warn. We're going to exhort. Okay. 1 Corinthians 13, since I mentioned that. And 8, real quick. A little slow. Just a real quick one. 1 Corinthians, was it second? 13 and 8. Oh, it's probably second. Let's go there real quick. 2 Corinthians 13. Come on, phone. Don't fail me now. 2 Corinthians 13 and 8. For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. That's it, man. That's it. Now let's get Romans. All right? Man, we're winning over here. Okay? We're not worried. Look at these. Man, I'm not. All right. Romans 16 and 16. Where is it? Give me it. Romans 16 and 17. It says, now I beseech you, brethren, mark them. Scorpeo. Scope these people out. Stop always being in that friendly brew camaraderie. Let me put my arm and head on your shoulder and let's dance together. No. All right. We live very private lives. You come up to camp. We teach, we edify, but we're watching you. We watch the comment board. We watch what people are saying. There's times years ago where I caught this Jake woman. She was on one brother's page saying one thing. Then she was on another page saying something else. See? You know? You got to watch them, man. So we watching you. Okay? You ain't going to get the elect, man. All right? And if you are the hopeful elect, you carry yourself in a different spirit and a different mindset. All right? Romans 16 and 17. Now I beseech you, brethren. What's this word beseech? What's that word beseech mean? Real quick. I've got to emphasize this. To call to one side, call to admonish, exhort. Okay? So we're exhorting you. And you're not getting this exhortation nowhere else. You're not getting this warning. You're not getting this compassion. You're not getting this love. And all these other places, really, they're trying to rock you to sleep, giving you an uncertain sound, you know? Romans 16 and 17, now I exhort you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses, contrary to the doctrine. And that's the biggest thing. That's the eye opener. That's the red flag. Agent alert. This is not contrary to doctrine. Agent alert. Not contrary to doctrine. That's how you spot guys. The guys that is being contrary. Okay? You watching how guys move. watching our guys act. All right. And all these things will come out, man. Okay. Contrary to doctrine, which ye have learned, and avoid them. So we don't subscribe. We don't follow. We don't sit down and debate. You know, we don't try to get in contact. We leave them alone because they are trying to categorize us together. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if they do, so what? Big deal. Didn't Yahawashi get numbered amongst the transgressors? Well, let's grab it. He's a suffering servant first. We are now the suffering servant second. This is Isaiah 53 and 12. It says, therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, talking about the elect, Yahawashi first, and he shall divide the spoil with the strong. Makes me think about the prophecy being fulfilled with Benjamin. Because he has poured out his soul unto death, be a living sacrifice, be faithful unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors, and he bare the sin of many and made intercession for the transgressors. So at the end of the day, Yahawashi was numbered with the transgressors. So we will be numbered with the transgressors as well, but we have the spiritual inclination of what's going on, and now that gives you a mental peace of mind. Wisdom and knowledge is your stability. All right. So agent alert. Okay. Another agent. Be aware. All right. Don't be simple. Stop just twiddling your thumbs and thinking today's just another day for me to sit and watch videos and no. Okay. This thing is happening. The enemy is getting ready to come in like a flood. He is building a case. You have your people like vocabs. Okay. They're going to have old videos. And they're gonna use certain people as let me get Acts 5. They're gonna use certain people as that rioter, you know, that fiery guy, you know, the one I don't give a fuck. All right. Now let me grab this real quick. This is Acts 5, and because watch, there was a time when where there was men that drew away people and then they perished. Okay. Even that's why they referred to Apostle Paul as that Egyptian, which was referring to like a seditioner, you know, a guy that wanted to get people revved up. That ain't a part of the doctrine. Why you think the Spirit got on bow? You know, what the hell are you talking about? When the police pull up, you gonna shut up, shut your little ass up and sit down. You need a elder, man. You need a real big brother. All right, because you got Jake out here that is just self-willed, and you got others that are just complete demons. And the Lord's going to shut all that shit up. We're not worried about agents. We're not afraid of what they're going to say or how they're going to categorize. We're not worried. Acts 5 and 35, but you will have men doing this. You will have men doing this. Acts 5 and 35. And said unto them, this is Gamaliel, okay, who also taught Paul, verse 35. And he said unto them, ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theodas, see, boasting himself to be somebody. But he boasts himself to be somebody when he's nothing. He deceived himself. So you got some guys that are just carnal and have this zealous fire that they can just fight against the man, like Sakari, zealots. And then you have other Israelites that are actually bought and paid to bring in this vibration, to put this notion out there that this is how we are getting down. Okay. That whole Black Panther revolutionary stand up for your right. Shh. All right. We are captors and we are captive in captivity waiting to be delivered. Okay. It says, Theodas boasting himself to be somebody to whom a number of men around 400 joined themselves, who was slain. And all, as many as obeyed him, were scattered and brought to naught. This is exactly what happens time and time again. But we are in the time now where these certain scenarios can play out, but the damage will be done, meaning the blame game to be put on us as if this is how we operate. Look at how Esau came down on the Black Panthers. You know, I actually watched that movie, Judas and the Black Messiah, and they waged war on them, man. You know, to the point where they were literally killing them. They weren't trying to arrest them. They weren't trying to bring them before their peers. They brought a level of judgment against Jake to put them down. All right, not to just bring justice and stop it. So you need to understand with the persecution coming, like in Matthew's 5 speaks about, you need to understand the level it's going to get. Okay, He don't want you to just stop teaching, you know. He don't want you to just stop believing. No, he wants to take this whole thing out. That's why Yahawashi said the gates of hell shall not prevail. And it says he was brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of taxing and drew away much people after him. Yup, if he was here today, he'd have a TikTok, he'd have some videos, and he'd be ramping you up and making you think this is how you, nope. Prophecy's getting fulfilled. The scriptures don't say that we're going to rise up and physically overtake Babylon. No, Babylon's going to be destroyed, and we're going to come down after being delivered and then take over the world. This message that they're delivering is not prophetic on the level of for us of being delivered. Okay, we're not here to deliver ourselves. Okay, we have a savior for that. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee in the days of taxing and drew away much people, a lot of women. After him, he also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. And now I say to you, refrain from these men and let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. So at the end of the day, we understand what will be and what won't be. And what will be the will of the Lord. But we also have these moments where we talk and we exhort, we warn, correct, and rebuke for the perfecting of the saints. So agent alert, be aware of that whole black revolutionary, I'm gonna do this, sisters, bring your young sons, and shut up, man. Okay? This is about the elect. This is about prophecy being fulfilled. This is not about a self-saving society. Okay? We are waiting to be delivered, and the extremeness that is going to take place for us to be delivered will be the destruction of Babylon in the third world's woe. Okay? So watch out for these self-saving brews. Agent alert, self-saving brew, trying to do it again. Yeah, right. All right. So just wanted to touch on that real quick. I pray that you are edified. I just want to say, call halal, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahawashi, Ba'Shem HaKadosh. Double honors to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone that do well. Peace and salutations to the Lord's elect. With that being said, Shalom.